ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम जय जय राम। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्राय नमः। अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे। ॐ श्री तुलसीदासाय नमः। हरि ओम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम। हरि ओम। A warm welcome. Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji broke the Dhanush. All the kings were up in arms to fight with Ramchandra ji. And few of the kings, the wicked kings, they even wanted to snatch away Sita ji. And if Janaka comes in between, they said, tie him along with the two brothers or win over him. Ityadi, they were all shouting, screaming. The women there, they were also cursing all those wicked kings, etc. We saw yesterday. But the whole thing turned on the arrival of Parashuramji. Maharshi Parashuramji was doing tapas. When he came, he arrived at the place where the Dhanush Yajna was taking place. All the kings were all seated, everybody were seated. Tulsidas ji now describes that particular sequence. देखत भृगुपति बेशु कराला, उठे सकल भय बिकल भुवाला, पितु समीत कही कही निज नामा, लगे करन सब दंड प्रणामा, जेहि सुभाय चित वही तु जानी, सो जानई जनु आई खुटानी, जनक बहुरी आई सिरुनावा, सीय बोलाई प्रणाम करावा, आशीष दीन्हि सखी हर्षानी, निज समाज ले गई सयानी, विश्वामित्रु मिले पुनियाई, पद सरोज मिले दो भाई, राम लखनु दशरथ के डोटा, दीन्हि असीस देखी भल जोटा, राम ही चितई रहे थकी लोचन, रूप अपार मार मद मोचन, बहुरी बिलो की विदेह सन, कहूँ काह अति भीर, पूछत जानिय जान जिमी, व्यापे वो कोप शरीर, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। देखत भृगुपति बेशु कराला, looking at the Parashuram ji, uthe sakala bhaya bikala bhuvala, all those wicked kings, they got terribly terrified. And then all of them got up. Pitu sameta kahi kahi nija nama. This I told on yesterday. They got up out of utmost fear. And before Parashuramji could turn his anger on them, they thought, let me appease him, let me cool him down. Therefore they came near and told him, I am that, Raja Pratap Singh's son. I am Rana Pratap Singh, let us say. Some name they told. I am son. I offer my salutations to you. And then, Log Karana Sab Danda Pranama, they all fell at the feet of Parashuramji. And we saw how Parashuramji reacted or responded. I had given you the example of that serial. Kalyanamastu. Jehi subhaye chita vahi hitu jani. Even he, whom Parashuramji has a friendly, disposition, we may say, even natural way, if he says, let us say, we say Hari Om. When we greet, when we meet people, let us say, we say Hari Om or Jai Shri Ram, whatever you may say. When somebody comes, we fold our hand, Hari Om, please come, we say, Hari Om. What brought you here? What will the other person think? This is very mild, huh? Oh, the way Parashuramji, you say retarded or something like that, people were again afraid. So janai janu ai kuthani. The moment he turns, let us say, he turns up, he had somebody there, known person. Of course, all these things never happened. Even if he say, how are you? How are you? How are you? There's a difference. So the moment he has a how are you, the person would have, all his nerves would have gone down. He must have, okay, fine, my day is over. My time is over. Like that, people used to get angry. Janaka bahori ai sirunava. Janaka came and he prostrated to Parashuramji. Siya bolai pranamu karava. he first offered his pranams and then he called for Sita ji. Sita ji came. He said, do pranam. She also offered her very, 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 what do you call it as humble pranams at the feet of Parashuram ji. Asisha dini sakhi harashani saubhagyavati bhava, he said. Sakhi harashani, all the companions became very, very happy. Why very happy? Because now see, if Parashuramji had given her the blessings, Saubhagyavati Bhava, then he cannot do something to her because his blessings will become inactive. So by Parashuramji blessing Sita ji, Saubhagyavati Bhava, then she is protected. That kind of a feeling all the companions must have had, and therefore they all were delighted. Nija samajale gai sayani. Then they say, okay, before Parashuramji's mind changes, better go away from this spot. Karke, they took Sita ji, went to the place where all that whole women folk along with Rani and the protectors were there. They took her there. Vishwamitru mile puniyai. Then Vishwamitra ji came, and Vishwamitra ji also did namaskara, and Parashuram ji also did namaskara. Both are Rishi Muni. Namastubhyam, they must have told properly. Padasaroja mele do bhai. Then Vishwamitra ji called for Ramchandra ji and Lakshman ji and said, do pranams. Then both the brothers, they did namaskara. Ramu Lakhanu Dasaratha ke thoda. Introduction was given by Vishwamitra ji. In that case, kings they themselves introduced. Here Vishwamitra ji introduced Ramu Lakhanu Dasaratha ke thoda. Rama and Lakshmana, by giving the names, he has cleared what are their names, and both of them are Dasharatha's sons. Dina Asisa Dehi Balajoda. He saw them being well behaved, unlike the other kings and other people who were distressed or worried and they were afraid and things like that. Both of them were calm and well behaved. Therefore, seeing their well behavior as Rama and Lakshmana, he blessed them. Rama hi chitairahetha kilochanam. But Parashuramji's eyes were almost fixed as though on Ramchandraji. His eyes were riveted, meaning it was completely nailed in a manner of saying, completely fixed. He is not, all the other time he used to see everybody, who are there, what are there, etc., etc. But the moment he saw Ramchandraji, the whole world seems to be non-existing. His mind is completely focused on Bhagavan Ramchandraji. Rupa apara mara madamochana. Rupa apara. Beauty, embodiment of beauty. And mara madamochana. Crores of Kamadevas are just made nothing in front of the beauty of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji. Bahuri biloki bidehasana kahahu kahati dhira. He looked again, after that he looked others. He looked at Dasharatha. He looked at Vishwamitraji. He looked at both the brothers also. And he said, what is happening? What brought this many crowd here? Actually, he knew. See, their tapashakti is so much, if they close the eyes, one live telecast will go on. They don't require a TV. Think. Live action will go on. They can see it live. So, Parashuramji knew probably what has happened. Kahau kakati bhira. Why is it so many people assembled here? Puchat ajani ajana jimi. Even that came out with lot of, the tone was with lot of anger. Vyape kopa sarira. His anger was seen in the disposition of his body. When you are angry, you can see how the body will tremble, like that. He himself probably was shaking out of anger, not out of fear. The kings were shaking, shivering out of fear, but Parashuramji was shivering as though shaking out of anger. Now we will see the 270th chaupai. समाचार कहीं जनक सुनाए, जेहि कारण महीप सब आए, सुनत बचन फिरि अनत निहारे, देखे चाप खंड मही डारे, अतिरिस बोले बचन कठोरा, कहूँ जड़ जनक धनुष कै तोरा, बेगी देखाऊ मूढ़नत आजू, उलटऊ मही जहलहि तव राजू, अति डरू तरु देत नृपनाही, कुटिल भूप हर्षे मन माही, सुर मुनि नाग नगर नर नारी, सोचहि सकल त्रास उर भारी, मन पछिताति सिय महतारी, विधि अब सबरी बात बिगारी, भृगुपति कर सुभावु सुनि सीता, अर्ध निमेष कल्प समबीता, सभय बिलो के लोग सब, जानि जान की भीरु, हृदय न हर्षु विषादु कछु, बोले श्री रघुबीरु सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। समाचार कही जनक सुनाए, Janaka Maharaj, he narrated the entire history of this particular Dhanush Yajna. Please note, everything has to be told because he has asked for it. Jehi karana mahi pasab aaye. It is for the Dhanush Yajna. All the kings have come. Sunata bachana phiri anata nihare. On hearing the complete history of this particular program, Parashurama, he turned towards that chapa, that bow, Shiva Dhanush. Dekhe chapa khanda mahi dhare. And when he saw that bow was broken, he became extremely furious. Now see, he came with anger only. The degree of anger shot up heavily when he saw the bow being broken. Atirisa bole bachana kathora. Furiously in rage, he spoke very harsh words in harsh tones. Kahu jada Janaka. Hey Janaka, you stupid Janaka. He is a Brahmagnani. Please note. Janaka Maharaj is a Brahmagnani, but Parashuram, mood Janaka, Jada Janaka. You stupid fellow. Dhanusha Kaitora. Who broke the arrow? Shiva Dhanush. बेगी देखाऊ मूढ़नत आजू उलटऊ मही जहलहि तव राजू. Show him immediately. Who is the one who broke this Dhanush? Ask him to come. And I will overthrow that whole person. I will kill him. This very moment I will kill him. And if you don't show him, I will kill all the Rajas in the whole kingdom. From wherever your domain is, the entire Rajya, I will make it Nirmula of all Kshatriyas. Ati daru taru deta nripanahi. With extreme fear, the king, Janaka Maharaj, he could not speak. Why? For him, the other kings are not there in the mind right now. Who is there? Ramchandraji and Lakshmanji. Now, with great difficulty, after thousands and thousands of kings and princes trying that Shiva Dhanush, all of them have failed, and finally, with Bhagavan's grace, Ramchandraji took and broke. Now, all that anxiety which was there regarding Sitaji had gone, therefore he was very happy. Now new anxiety has come. What if Parashurama kills Ramchandraji? So he was very fearful. Therefore, no words will come out. Kutila bhupa harashe manamahi. All those Kutila bhupa, those wicked kings, harashe manamahi. Very good. This is how it should happen. See? Now please note. I told you earlier itself. Sita Swayamvara has got great symbolism. Look at this. The very fact that they had so much of anger and jealousy, none of the kings could gain that particular power to break that vow. Whereas Ramchandraji was Shanta Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa. He had no problem. He could break. Isn't it? Look at it. Harashe Manamahi. Who? Kutila Bhupa. They're all very angry. When we have jealousy in our heart, very beautifully, Puja Gurudev very beautifully says, you are punishing yourself by getting angry for no fault of yours. Isn't it? When we become angry. Now that is a sample, example of what? All the wrong habits we have, which includes jealousy, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. All the shadvairinaha will only bring pain to all of us. Is it not? Therefore, when it brings pain, who is the sufferer? World has nothing to do with it. I only suffer. Now see, Kutila Bhupa Harashe Manamahi. This indicates one should never become jealous. When you become jealous, what follows is nothing but pain, failure, suffering. Therefore, we must be very careful. Suramuni Naganagar Naranari Sochahi Sakala Trasa Urabhari. All of them were agitated. Who? Gods, celestial beings. Gods means celestial beings here. What do you call it as? Demigods, they say. We should not underestimate them. When we say demigods, we should not underestimate them. They have reached there with a lot of tapas only. Alright. But then they are gods. Gods, Muni, all the sages and saints, Naga, Nagas, then you should also by default Kinnaras, Gandharvas, etc. You can include Nagara, Naranari, the men and women of Nagara city. Sochahi Sakala Trasaura Bhari, all of them were filled with anxiety. Their hearts were so agitated because they don't know what is going to happen. Parashurama is one person who can do anything, who can cause any kind of pain. We will see about Parashurama soon. Manapachitati Siya Mahatari. Sitaji and her Mahatari's mother, Sitaji's mother, both of them were so, in pain. They were so heart-struck, heartbroken, as though they quietly thought about themselves. What did they say? Vidhiya basavari bata bigari. Just now God had accomplished one thing. But why suddenly this many problems? Why should Parashuramji come and create so much of issues? Fate alone can decide. Bhrigupati kara subhavu suni Sita. Bhrigupati kara subhavu. The nature of Parashuramji was already known to Sita. She had been told. And after she knew about Parashuramji, Aradhanimesha kalapasamabita. Even half a minute appeared as though one kalpa is going. Meaning what? She felt so heavy. One kalpa is one cycle of creation. We have discussed earlier. Sabhaya biloke loga sab jani janaki bhiru. Ramchandraji. Ramchandraji is absolutely quiet, but at the same time very alert, vigilant. He is ever ready for anything. Only a person who is not a daydreamer can achieve anything because the mind is alert and vigilant. One particular symbolism we gain. Normally we find in very many cases, we with love want to go somewhere. Like you all go to movies. Even in movie theater, sitting inside watching your own favorite movie, in between mind goes for a trip. And something had happened, you just lost that. The whole theater lost. What happened? What happened? You ask your neighbor. You were there. You went there to watch the movie. But in between mind escapes. Isn't it? Similarly, everybody's heart were there. But all of them were probably imagining, oh, what will happen now? Including Sita and Mahatari. Wondering what will happen now. Whereas Ramchandraji, Hridayana harashu bishadukachu. In his heart, there is no extreme joy or extreme sorrow. Na bishadu, na harashukachu. Bole Shri Raghubiru. With absolute poise. Well collected and composed mind. Please note, such a mind which is quiet, well collected, composed and alert and vigilant. Only such a mind can achieve anything in life. A mind which is lost, which is disturbed, which is agitated, is a mind which can never succeed in anything. This alert and vigilant mind is what we call as concentration. Right? What is concentration? Where Sharira, Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara, all of them come together and the energy is thus brought together, channelized in a particular activity. That activity must be successful. This is law. If we are not successful, it is only because we have not brought them together. Our habits of getting lost in thinking, daydreaming, etc., has made us incapacitated. Think. Ramchandraji was very alert. Bole Shri Raghubir. Bhagavan now spoke. Now see 271st Chaupai. नाथ संभुदनु भंज निहारा होई ही केवु एक दास तुम्हारा आय सुकाह कहिय कि न मोही सुनि रिसाई बोले मुनि कोई सेवकु सो जो करे सेवकाई अरि करनी करि करियलराई सुनहु राम जेहि शिव धनु तोरा सहस बाहु समसोरि पुमोरा सो बल गाऊ बिहाई समाजा नत मारे जय हहि सब राजा सुनि मुनि बचन लखन मुसुकाने बोले परसु धरि ही अपमाने बहुधनु ही तोरी लरिकाई कबहु न असिरिस कीन्हि गोसाई एहि दनु पर ममता केहि हेतु सुनि रिसाई कह भृगु कुल केतु रे नृप बालक काल बस बोलत तो ही न संभार धनु ही समति पुरारी धनु विदित सकल संसार सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। नाथ शंभुधनु भंजनिहारा, होई ही केऊ एहि दास तुम्हारा। Ramchandra ji said, Hey Natha, hey Lord, my Lord, with all humility. This is the beauty of Jnanam. Vidya dadati vinayam, it is said. Bhagavan is knowledge himself, Jnana Swarupaha. At the same time, so much of humility. Hey Natha, my Lord, Sambhudanu Banjanihara, the one who has broken that Shiva Dhanush. Hoi hi keu ek dasa tumhara. He has to be your Shishya only. He has to be your servant only. Why? No other have that particular capacity, ability, talent to do such a job. If at all it has happened, it has to be because only by your Shishya. The power of your protection, your Shishya only must have done. He never said, I did it. You and I, even though we don't do certain things, we claim we did it. Isn't it? So many times we claim somebody else had done. Probably I made a contact to that person. I want this to be done. Will you be able to get it done? Immediately, oh yes, Swamiji, we will do it. We can do it. What did that person do? Please note. That person also called that particular, let us say, service provider. That person also called a service provider. I organized a program and I wanted, catering to be organized. I told one person that catering, that person, yes Swamiji, I have a very nice person, we will do it. And then that person contacted that particular caterer and then he fixed. And then menu also was fixed. But who cooked? Those people only cooked, is it not? I made a phone call, he made a phone call. Think. But then what do we claim? I got it done. I got it done is correct, but the tone, think. I want some carpentry work to be done, let us say. The carpenter was sent by another person. I told that one, he called the carpenter came. In fact, only that call that carpenter, that third person has done only a call to the carpenter. The carpenter came on his own. I told him that these are all things to be done. So the carpenter took stock of everything. He calculated material so much, labor so much, transportation so much. All that he calculated, it told me, Swamiji, this much of money it will take, so you think about it. So I told the carpenter, this is fine for me, this works good for me, do it. He brought his assistant, he got the work done. Think, I made a phone call. He made a phone call to the carpenter. Carpenter came and did all that. Now who has actually done? Think. But then the person claims, oh, I got it done. What has he done? So this way in our life we see very many people, they exercise their ahankara and claim lot of things. I did it. In fact, this ahankara, I did it, is what is the first enemy for everybody's spiritual growth. In our life, if we want to grow inwards, then first thing is we have to remove our ahankara. I had given one example. One person, one very, very wealthy person, he went to the ashram in the forest. One Shrestha Rishi was there, and then he goes there, he knew him, he goes there, he went with bags of Papa Rishi is in one kadu, one forest. So nothing will be available there. Let me carry from here, from the city. So he probably got lot of groceries, fruits and vegetables and so many other things, maybe some clothes and things like that. He carried everywhere. He drove his car and there outside he stopped. Now he has to enter the kutira. Guruji is sitting inside. So he held both the hands, he held the bags. Hari Om Guruji. Guruji from inside said, drop it. Guruji never came outside. How did you know that I am carrying? So he dropped one hand's bags he dropped down and said, I have kept it down, Guruji. He said, drop it. Oh, I dropped one bag. Let me drop this also. Yes, Guruji, I have dropped it down. He immediately said, drop it. Third time. Guruji, I have already dropped it down. Again he said, drop it. But because this person has heard several times the sessions on Shastra from Guruji, he immediately realized what? It is not that bag that has to be actually dropped. It is that I, that ahankara that has to be dropped. I have come. I have brought everything. I did this or I got it done. This I is what we have to drop. Now look at that. Ramchandraji never claimed I broke the dhanush. What did he say? Your Shishya only has broken. Nobody else can break. Think. And look at the next line, very interesting. He Muni Shrestha, Ayasu Kaha Kahiya Kina Mohi. Now please tell me, He Muni Shrestha, what is your command? What should I do now? Please tell me. Through this, he has also indicated that it is me who has broken. Now tell me what should I do. Even while saying so, he never said, I did it. Think. We should understand one thing. We are only a minuscule part of some big project of Bhagavan. In cooking, the housewife, homemaker, she is very expert in cooking one particular dish, let us say. Bisi Bele Bath. In Karnataka, Bisi Bele Bath is very famous, very tasty food. She prepares the Bisi Bele Bath. Now all the ingredients which are used by the homemaker to prepare that Bisi Bele Bath comes from outside. She has not grown. Even if she has grown also, it is because of Bhagavan's Kripa. Rice grows, wheat grows, grams grow, vegetables grow. Everything grows because of the grace of Bhagavan. Isn't it? I might have developed little talent probably. That too it was taken from my mother. It was learned from my mother. I am not the originator. Think. But then I claim, I can do that very well. Think. Somebody writes the exam. That exam is written. It is Bhagavan's grace that he keeps the Sharira Mana Buddhi Chitta Ahankara together, focus and then learn and then write. How many of us have got that concentration power? Tell me. Because of our habits, time and again, our mind never stays in a particular activity. Therefore, we cannot achieve the ultimate success. Think. Why? Because I am not able to integrate myself and channelize myself towards any activity. This integration comes only due to the blessings of Guru and Bhagavan. Please remember this. That is why Rama took up these statements. What is that? Only your Shishya can do it. Think. And immediately he says, what is the command? What shall I do? Ayasukaha kahiyakinu mohe. Suni risai, that furious sage, Parashurama, Bole munikoi, he immediately, very enraged, he said, Sevako so, jo karai, sevakai. If you say you are the sevak, sevaka must do seva to the Guru. How can he break the bow? Arikarani kari kari larai. Having broken the bow, he has ensured that he is my enemy. Think. Look at the statements coming out from Parashurama. If you have broken the bow, then you are my enemy. Sunahu Rama Jehi Siva Dhanu Tora. O Rama, listen. Whoever, now he is also very interesting. By that he might have understood it as Rama only. But because Rama did not say I broke it, he also keeps the same level of transaction. Whoever has broken Shiva, Dhanush, Sahasabahu Samaso Ripumora. He is an enemy as worst as Sahasabahu. Who is this Sahasabahu? There is one Rajya called Haihaya. And in this Haihaya Rajya, Kartavirya Arjuna, not our Arjuna, not our Bhagavad Gita Arjuna, Kartavirya Arjuna, there is one king. He is also called Sahasabahu. Sahasa means Sahasrabahu, the one who had 1,000 hands. This Sahasabahu, Sahasrabahu, they had this kingdom near the Narmada river, somewhere near Madhya Pradesh, the current Madhya Pradesh. This Sahasabahu was responsible for Parashurama's father's death. It is from then Parashurama was extremely angry, gets extremely angry with all the Kshatriyas of the world. And it is said at one stage he almost killed all these Kshatriyas in this world. At one particular stage. Of course, again that race take birth and then the Kshatriya continues to be. But at one particular point Parashurama had almost cleaned up the Kshatriya race itself. Because of this, thousands and thousands of Kshatriyas were killed by Parashurama. And he is so powerful, and along with his tapas shakti, he is capable of doing anything. And therefore, Hey Rama, the one who has broken the bow is as good an enemy of Sahasabahu, whom I have killed. So bilagau bihai samaja natamare jayahi sabaraja. He said, whoever has broken the bow, ask him to stand out. Not along with the king. Let him stand out. So that I can kill only him and spare all these kings. But in case, if he doesn't come out, I will kill all of you, all of the kings. I will kill them. Suni muni bachana lakhana musukani. Listening to Parashuramji's anger, furious statements, Lakshmana started smiling. This is very dangerous when somebody is angry, somebody is furious. At that time, go near, if you laugh, the anger will only double. Is it not? Bole parasudharihi apamani. What did he do? He smiled at Parashuramji and he also spoke some insulting words, meaning words with an insulting attitude. That tone. Tone is very, very important when we speak, because the tone of our statement can mean anything if you don't understand properly. So tone is extremely important. And Lakshmana, he spelled those words with a very insulting tone as though. And then he said, Bahudhanu hi tori larikai. Hey Munishreshta, in our childhood we have broken so many, dhanush. While playing, while learning archery, we have probably broken so many. Kabahuna Sirisa Kini Gosai, you never came at that time. That bhana was broken. You never came. Ehidhanu paramamata ketu. Why are you so attached to this particular bow? Why are you so fond of this particular bow? Sunirisaikaha bhrigukula hetu. The moment he heard that, again, now you should say, Parashuramji, moment to moment, his rage, his fury and his anger kept on increasing. Probably he must have been shaking out of anger. He said, Re nrupa balaka kala basa bola tatohi sambhar. He said, Hey Nrupa. Here it means, O prince. Nrupa here, prince. That is you should contextually you should understand. Being the grip of death, you are now in the grip of death. You have no control over your speech. Bolata tohi na sambara. You are not controlling what you are speaking and to whom you are speaking. Dhanu hi ramati purari dhanu. It is not that ordinary, this one which, it just gets break like that one, just a stick which is tied with a thread. It is not an ordinary dhanu. It is Tripurari dhanu. Tripurari is dhanush. Shiva dhanush. How can you keep Shiva dhanush at par with all your play stock dhanush? Bidita sakala samsara. And whole world knows what is Shiva dhanush. You are comparing it with your playful dhanush? How dare you? Like that, Parashuramji started shouting. Then what happened? We will see tomorrow. A very, very beautiful thing happened. We actually know the story, but see how beautifully Tulsi Dasji presents, and with that same tone and effect, so beautifully he presents. We will see tomorrow. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।